Hi everyone, how's everyone doing on this weekend? I see a few folks have joined in. Welcome, guys. I'll wait for a few minutes for more people to join in and then we'll get started. Meanwhile, you can tell me how your weekend is working out. Yeah, hi Sumit, hi Shivam. How are you guys doing? Karamjeet says it's weekend is going great. Nice to know. Hi Nirav, how are you? Hi Ritesh, hi Shivam. So we'll wait for a couple of minutes for more people to join in. Hi Prashant. Hi Sharad. How are you? Hi Sumit. Hi Jay. Hi Thinker. I don't know your name. You say you are a big fan. Thank you, but I know I don't know what your name is. So, but thank you. Hi Deepak. Hi Siddhant. Hi Asim. I think we have quite a few people who've joined in. Hi Dheeraj. So, what are you guys doing this weekend? Anything special? Or just like any other weekend? सचिन इज सेइंग ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट खाली हो गया है एसएल पे एसएल जा रहे हैं Sachin, take some time off. We've all been through such phases. So, my recommendation would be to take some time off, go back to the drawing board, see what is not working for you, and get your act together, get a plan, think differently because whatever you're thinking right now, that is not working for sure. That's why all these SLs are getting hit. So, spend some time thinking about what needs to change and then come back to the markets. Do not revenge trade. That is dangerous. Sumit is saying, I've taken your course in gold batch, but how to prepare for practical. So practice. So all the strategies that I've discussed in the course, I have mentioned that you need to practice at least a few hundred charts, 400, 500 charts of this of that strategy. Right? Put it in your group, in your discussion groups. Your mentors will help you understand what is correct, what is not correct, and that's the only way to learn. Practice, practice, practice. It'll take a few months, but I think if you do. 500 charts or so, you should be good. Oh, nice. Someone had Dwaraki had 30 idli for breakfast. Awesome. That's nice. Nice to know. Jeet is saying how much ROI can be made on annual basis. What's realistic? He says that he's been making 25% from the for the past 3 years. Is it good enough? I think it's pretty good. Factor in the taxes as well. If it is after inflation and taxes, 25% CAGR is very good. Anything above 20% is very good. You are amongst the top 1%, I would say, in the investing trading community, for sure. Mohit is saying, please start weekly videos for retailers to share your views. So this is in this video, I'll be doing that. This is a attempt along with the entry folks, where I'll be coming in every week and I'll be sharing my views as well as some of the setups that I'm looking at, basis the strategies that we've discussed in the course. So I think we are already doing that. I hope I am able to be consistent with this. So yeah. All right, guys. I'll take the questions later. I think a lot of people have joined in, so I'll get started with the agenda, today's agenda, and then whenever I'm taking questions, I'll let you know so that you can put it in the chat box. Right now, don't put much because I'll not be looking at it. All right. So the agenda for today is to discuss or take forward the couple of setups which I discussed last weekend in the live video. So those two setups I'll discuss. There's one new setup which has come in, which is the price action strategy setup on Jubilant Foodworks. So that is something the trade is on, and I am in that trade. So I'll be discussing what I'm doing in that, and briefly, then I'll take some questions, and yeah. So let's get started. I'll share my screen so that you guys can look at the charts and look at what I am doing basically. I hope you guys are able to see my screen. Please type in yes if you are able to see. Yeah, I see a few yeses. So great. Thank you for the confirmation. So couple of setups which I discussed last week. I'll quickly go over them. So first one was on Bank Nifty. So this is the 30-minute chart. We discussed it on the daily chart, right? So what we had discussed was that this is the support. Sorry, this is the tentative support zone around 34k, 34.2k, I think. And we had said that once the price comes down to this place, then we'll look to apply the PAS strategy, right? So I'm still waiting for this to happen. I got a couple of questions after the video. First question was, uh, are you saying that the price will hit 34k? So this is not something which I'm saying. What I'm suggesting is our setup, this PA strategy will come into picture if price comes to 34k. I'm not suggesting that the price will come to 34k. We'll look to go long around this area, right? Uh, the second question was, can we enter right now? Uh, this is again this question. Uh, my suggestion to you would be that always stick to the strategies. So if you have a strategy that you are trading, take trades only based on that particular strategy. Once you start getting into preempting the trade or trying to get in early, all of these things backfire big time. So according to the rule, this is the support zone between 34 to 34.2 thousand. So we'll wait for the price to come to the support zone. Only then we'll look to enter if our setup gets completed, right? So do not preempt or try to do things in advance, right? So this is the progress. Let's see what happens next week. I'll keep you guys updated how this setup is progressing, right? So the next setup which we discussed was on Glaxo. This was the HPP strategy, high probability pattern. So this was on the weekly. You can also see it on the daily. So this is on the daily. Mm, Let me just take a quick snip. So here we had said that this is point A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E, and F is sort of forming. Uh, the shorter this EF, the better this trade would be. In my opinion, the trade is already set up very nicely. I'm just waiting for price to break the 1800 level, and I'll be happy to take this trade if this happens with the decent volume. So also let's quickly look at I'll add volume here to get a sense of what the volume is suggesting. So let's go to weekly. I'll just So clearly, the volumes are supporting the green candles. As you can see, wherever you see green candles, they are far bigger than the red candles. Correct. So this is a very good setup. It is forming. Again, we have to have patience. Let's not preempt. Let's wait for the price to go above 1800, and that is when we'll enter. All right. So yeah. So these were the two setups that we discussed, and there has been some progress in the past 1 week, but it's still wait and watch for both of these setups. All right, cool. Uh, the next setup, which is a new setup, which I wanted to discuss with you guys, is forming on Jubilant Foodworks. So, so let's look at the daily chart first. What's happening on the daily? On the weekly, you can clearly see the trend is super bullish for this stock. It's moved up quite a bit. Now let's come to the daily. So this is again, let me say that this is the PA strategy that this setup that I'm discussing. This is basis the price action strategy, which I've discussed in the entry course. For those who are interested in learning this strategy, can join the course. The link is available in the description. Right. So basically, what we do in this strategy is we try to find a support zone or a support area. So this is the support that we're looking at, and then we look for a bounce from the support. Right. So this is the first pivot. This is the second pivot. Combining these two, we form a support zone. And this is the third time it has come to the support. This is the first time after these two pivots, the support is formed. This is the first time it has come to the support. Then what we do is we come down to a lower time frame. Uh, so let's say we'll come down to a 30-minute chart here. All right. So let me just close this for a while. And the way we look for is a higher high formation. So clearly it's been in a downtrend. So this was let's say this was the high. It's been falling since quite some time. This was a lower high. Basically this was lower low, then again a lower high, again a lower low, again a lower high, this is again a lower low, and this was a high made, then it made a higher low, and this was again broken here, right? Or maybe some people might say that this is not a high, you can take this as a high as well. So let me take this as a high. Actually this is what I took, and then this is a higher low which has been formed, right? So according to the strategy, we buy above this area, which is around 3750, in the range of 3750 will be our entry, and our stop loss would be somewhere below this pivot. So this is again around let's see how much is it. The low here is 36 20. So let me put it in Excel. So the entry is somewhere above this, which is 3750. Stop loss is going to be below this, which is 3620. So let's take it as 3610, let's say. So risk in terms of points is minus this, right? So our target, so basically 2R, which is going to be at this plus this, and 3R is going to be. So the risk that I would be targeting for this trade is 4170. Okay, this will be my target for this trade. We are quite far away from it. It's a positional trade. This will take some time, but yeah, this is the third setup which I wanted to sort of discuss with you guys. I hope, sorry, I hope this is making sense to you guys. So we bought. I actually bought this. So that is the disclosure from my side. I have, yeah, in the holdings. So I've put in a filter for Jubilant Foodworks. So I got it around 3738. This is the average buying, and I'm going to hold it till the stop hits. Yeah, or the target hits. So let's see how this trade works out. This is an active trade, but the price is still not too far from our entry. So you guys can analyze this, check this, see how this proceeds, right? So yeah, this is again PA strategy. So now we have two setups and one open trade. Two setups. One is in Bank Nifty, and the other one is Glaxo. So we're waiting for some action here, and one open trade is in Jubilant Foodworks, right? So this, let me also mention what this is. So BNF, Bank Nifty, we are looking at PAS, price action strategy. Glaxo, we are working with HPP, high probability pattern, and Jubilant Foodworks is again PAS strategy, right? So yeah, so and let me also say that a lot of these setups, people also are sharing in the gold batches. So if you are a member of the course, make sure you are frequently checking the educational groups, the learning groups, so that you get a similar learning setups. So this will sort of help you. So someone mentioned that how do you practice? All my stop losses are getting it. So this is a good way. You participate along with the various people who are willing to learn, and you not only learn from your charts, you also learn from the discussions that are happening uh, in the forum, basically, right? So yeah, so these were the three charts which I wanted to discuss. Any questions you might have? Now I'll be checking the chat box. So if you have any questions about the setups that we've discussed or about the course, feel free to ask. I'll take 5-10 minutes for the questions. Ankit is asking if we enter 34K, but again BN breaks 34K, how we manage then? Good question, Ankit. So the strategy that we've discussed, it clearly comes in with both entry point and a stop loss point. So your exit is defined even before you enter the trade, which I feel is very important, because a lot of people, once they enter, they don't really know where to exit. Whether it's in loss or in profit, they don't really know where to exit. So when you know the strategy, there is an exact place where you have to place the stop loss, and you also know where you have to get out in case it's a profitable trade. So you just have to follow it. That's the only thing. With discipline, you have to follow it. Kamal is asking, how do you select scripts, manual or some screener? Mostly manual. There are a few scripts that I look at from time to time. Like big names, Nifty 50, Nifty 100. You just scan these, you'll get the setups. Yogesh is asking PA strategy SL on daily close, price action strategy. Yogesh, I would not suggest it on a daily close. What I would suggest is maybe an early close is good enough. Don't go for a daily close, or leave alone the early close. It depends. Uh, Whatever you do it continuously. First point. Second point, don't go for daily for sure, because sometimes the price moves get very volatile. So you don't wait till the end of the day. Max you can wait for is 15-minute closing, 30-minute closing, or 1 hour closing. But whatever you do that all the time. How to tackle the psychology problem, Suraj is asking. See, Suraj, psychology problem can be handled very well by taking the systematic trading approach, where the decision making is not happening during the market hours. You have a strategy which tells you where to enter, what is the stop loss, what is the position size, what is the target. So everything is decided. The problem comes when the decisions you have to make during market hours and things are not going your way. So my suggestion would be start with systematic trading. Just take the trades that your system is giving you, and over a period of time, you build that discipline. It will help you overcome this psychology issue. Dhaval is asking, wanted to know when can we expect the intermediate and advanced concept videos on the course. So not sure. There'll be a separate course or how it will work out. I am not given that much thought yet. Sachin is saying, isn't the Jubilant food making reverse head and shoulder pattern? Yeah, you can see that. It's your observation is correct. That is also forming. True. Rinku is asking, why are you not checking volume in Jubilant Foodworks? Yeah, we can check volume. I am not. Let me add the volume. Sorry, not the oscillator. Let's see. It's always a good idea. See, we use volume for confirmation. We do not use it to decide whether to take the setup or not. So volumes here are not telling us much actually. Both green and red bars are there. Green at times is slightly higher than red, but it's a reversal play. So yeah, I don't know. matlab, here volumes are not telling us much. So we can either decide not to take the trade and look for some other options where the volumes are profoundly better, like the Glaxo setup, which is there, or we can take the trade. Like I've taken the trade, not given too much weightage to volume in this case. All right, guys. I think any more questions? I'll take questions specific to the topics that I've discussed. So if you have any questions which are uh, related to what we've discussed, I'll take those. Great, guys. Mohit is asking, what is your view on idea for swing purpose as it is giving closing above 2 year resistance? Mohit, the idea is looking good, but it's a very volatile stock. So trade this with utmost care. Always have a stop loss if you're trading idea. But it's a good observation. It's a good stock to sort of trade in right now. Forgotten is asking, tell us more about the course. So this is a beginners level course, wherein if you are someone who is new to the markets and wants to understand the basics and also wants to get some practical knowledge that you can apply in the markets, you can go for this course. It's available on the Entri app. The details, like what all is covered, is there. There are also gold batches for regional people who want to understand it in the regional language. So there are expert mentors who will decode the entire course for you, explain you things in detail. If you have any doubts, they can be cleared as well. There is a learners group as well, where everybody who's joined the gold batch, they share their charts, their observations, their learning, so it becomes like a community learning process. So yeah, and if you have any more questions, I think you can contact the entry folks. I think on the landing page there are a lot of FAQs and contact details, so they'll help you. If you have any specific questions, they'll help you with that. Cool. And also, yeah, I had taken out some of the feedback that I've been getting on the course. So you guys can have a look from people who've taken the course. Tanzan said that he really enjoyed watching the videos. They were simple and elegant. Support, then he was asking a question. So we also discussed the IPO strategy. So Stock Life said that he did not apply for the Paytm IPO after looking at our strategy. Even the IPO that came in, that closed yesterday, the Star Health Insurance. So that was for someone who knows the IPO magic strategy, they would not have applied for that IPO. So the strategy clearly mentions that whether you should apply or not apply for listing gains, and there are certain parameters basis which you conclude it's a apply or no apply. So Star Health was a no apply. Let's see what happens there. So yeah, and this is the learners group that I was talking about. So we have mentor who sort of help or guide, you can say, help reduce the learning curve for the folks in the gold batch. So if you are part of the gold batch and or the course, you've done the course, you want to share feedback, please do that on Twitter or yeah, I mean wherever you feel like, or with the entry folks. I would love to see like how it's working out for you, right? Kamlesh says QIB investors apply for IPO on the last day, so we can't see the data of QIB investors on second day. That's correct. So you should see the QIB data on the third day. That too towards the closing time is what I would suggest. That's what we've discussed in the course as well. Second day, there's no point looking at the data on the second day. Look at day three also. That too towards the end, around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Also look at the GMP. So subscriber data, GMP, these are two things that we closely monitor for listing gains. Ajay is saying, please check Concor. Multiple times he said, so let me just quickly check Concor. What's happening in Concor? Something interesting, Ajay, you see in this chart. Let's start with the weekly chart. So yeah, it broke out from this level, which is 621. Okay, 620 is the breakout point, and we also got a really nice candle here after the breakout. Since the volumes have dried up, but not much happening, and then we are having a sort of a consolidation which broke on the downside, but the downside was rejected. Mostly looks bullish, Ajay. This Concord thing looks bullish. I would wait. Where would I enter? I'll tell you. This I'll come down to the early chart or maybe the 30-minute chart. So this is the previous resistance. Yeah, so I overall I'm bullish. The entry point will wait. We'll need to wait for the setup to form. As of now, I do not see. See in the daily, it's sort of sliding down right now, but on the weekly and overall look of the chart, it's quite bullish. So I'll wait and watch. I'll wait for it to turn on a lower time frame, maybe on a early or a 30-minute time frame. Once it turns, then that is when I would want to enter this. Ajay says thank you. Thank you, Ajay, for asking. Amit says India terrain. Amit, very good choice. This has been on my watch list for the past few days. So it's definitely very bullish stock. I've been watching it. I'm just waiting for a good entry point. So Amit, you are on track. It's a good choice that you made. Good selection. Cool guys. I think it was great interacting with all of you. Uh, I hope you got some knowledge out of this, whatever I shared. Please put down the comments if you liked the video, and also check out the course on the Entri app. If you have any questions, you can put it in the comment box. Me and the team would try to sort of answer those questions. Anything else you would want to see in these videos, please put that down as well. Thank you very much for joining in, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you next week as well. So thank you for joining in. Bye.